Right on. So you mentioned 70. So right now, the current all-time high is like 69,000 and some change. We reached a couple of months back before we reached what a 40% crash. We bounced off of 42. We're bouncing back. You mentioned we're at 51. Do you think we can crack $100,000 as far as the Bitcoin price in 2022?
I hope so. I'm heavily invested in Bitcoin also. So I hope so. I mean, it will be great news for the entire crypto market.
Where do you see this technology going into 2022? Maybe end of the year. Can you see it hitting a certain market cap?
I think it will be at least 50 times bigger than right now. Just now you said it's in the infancy stage. Let me break it down even further.
Please.
Metaverse this word is really big. So inside the metaverse, there's the gaming part. So in Mark's planning, there is even the virtual room. He's trying to replace Zoom, basically. He's trying to replace a lot of things. So everything that we are experiencing right now in real life, it will be up in the air. So this is like the grand plan. However, there will be choices between a centralized one or a decentralized one, and the debates goes on. So no right or wrong, it depends on your preference.
Today's interview is brought to you by Age of Tanks, the world's first play-to-earn, self-assembly 3D tanks NFT game. Check it out.
Survivors scattered across the globe, seeking refuge wherever they could. As resources depleted, tensions between cities grew. Humans scraped together old tech and unearthing relics to build robust machineries in a bid to defend or to conquer. A new age has arrived. This is an age without oceans. This is an age without flight. This is an age without the fight for supremacy hinge on having the ultimate armored vehicle. So get ready to assemble, outwit, and triumph. For this is the age of tanks.
Pretty cool, eh? Go ahead and check out Age of Tanks, the first play to earn, military strategic, Metaverse. Click the link in the description right down below or visit ageoftanks.io and go ahead and do a gameplay demo. And please do your own research because this is a paid sponsorship. What's good, crypto fam? JV back with another special interview episode of Crypto News Alerts. I got a very special guest in the house with us today. His name is Neo Jackson. He's the founder of Age of Tanks. We're going to be talking about this NFT platform, which looks pretty exciting. But how's it going, Neo? What's good?
It's great, man.
Glad you can be here, and you're from Singapore, and I know it's like 1 a.m. over there. So thanks for making this interview available in the first place.
Crypto never sleeps.
Crypto does never sleep. So why don't you start by introducing my audience to how you first got introduced to crypto? How did you find this incredible industry?
Just a simple backstory about us. We are a gaming studio, but we were based in the APAC region. And the pandemic brought all of us back home. So us being the core members being Singaporean. So once I reached Singapore, I realized that there's no flying for the next 2-3 years. So we decided to shift our operations back home. And when we came back to Singapore, then we realized that, wow, I mean, we left Singapore for many years and it suddenly became a crypto heaven, at least in Asia, because our government is very pro-crypto. Because in case you don't know it, our government really knows how to run a good business. So anything that's innovative, profitable, they would embrace it and they will set down clear rules and regulations on what can be done and what can't be done. So it makes the whole transition very easy for us. So we shift our operations back home. And that's when my co-founder, Mastro, last year, he came to me and he said, hey, Neil, do you know something called GameFi? I'm like, I know game very well. We've been building games for like years. I cannot remember for how many years, but I don't know GameFi. So he started to talk to me about it. And of course, we played some Axis and played some other games. Then we realized that, hey, we are a gaming studio. We should be doing something about it. So at that point of time, there was a lot of copycats trying to be the next Axis. So there's a lot of Pokemons, a lot of cute monsters in the market. So we thought like, hey, let's do something really, really different. So that's when one of my crew, we used to go to the army together. Then remembered our first mission was in a tank. So we decided, come, let's create an Age of Tanks. And that's how we got into GameFi.
Wow. And what year was this in?
This year.
Wow. GameFi taking over. And what is this cool device behind you that just looks intriguing? Is that something that hooks up to your head?
Not at the moment. No, this is just one of our gaming cockpits where I mean I do play games still, like 2 hours per day minimum, because I feel as a founder of a game studio, I should still play games actively so I know what's in the market.
Nice. And how did you get into developing games? Is that something you studied for in school, or is it just a passion that took over?
I mean, it's a passion. I think I left Singapore right after my army days. So I went all around the globe and got into providing IT services. So as the industry evolved, and since day one, we were very interested in game. So we started to build game apps for a lot of companies. But we were more like a sweatshop. So we didn't really know how to brand ourselves until this couple of years. And we were so glad that right now there's a space and opportunity for us to enter into the GameFi scene.
And what exactly is GameFi in comparison to play to earn? Is that one of the same or two completely different things? I'm not too familiar with the term GameFi, but I notice a lot of the current games in crypto are play to earn.
Basically is game DeFi. So play to earn is one of the elements inside GameFi. So you have like free to play, you have all the different elements. So GameFi is like a big broad yeah.
And what is your current perception on the state of the crypto market right now? Are you bullish on Bitcoin and Ethereum and gaming projects in the metaverse? I'd just love to get your take on that.
Okay, I think overall, if you talk about Bitcoin and you talk about Ethereum, before that you must talk about blockchain technology. So I think now it's almost certain that every government in the world embraces blockchain technology. However, with blockchain technology, then come cryptocurrency. So this is something which some governments are still in the midst of, finding ways how to tax it, how to regulate it. I mean, it's only normal because every government's job is to protect the interests of its citizens. So I think this is a path to be discovered. And as the whole thing evolved, people realized that almost everything can be put on the chain. So like playing games, my most aesthetic moment was when I could finally do game for a living. I mean, when I was very, very young, I want to play a computer game. Asian family teachers using the cane. So I'm like, till today, I have problem convincing my parents that I play game for a living. So this is amazing. And throughout the decades that we play games, I've spent so much money. I'm not sure about you, but you can see adults now, they spend more money into gaming. So, but this money the profits did not come back to us. It goes to the gaming studios. So right now with the revolution of GameFi, it's possible to get the profits back to the players, which everybody will embrace it. I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's fascinating. Like my daughter, she's 7, and her favorite Christmas gifts, besides her Pokemon related stuff, is basically gift cards for games like whatever they play, Fortnite, Roblox, the Robux, and all this stuff. She spends my money, a serious amount of money, and it doesn't turn into any sort of income. She doesn't get paid for it whatsoever. That's why I think this is so fascinating. A regular person who's just into video games, such as yourself, you can legitimately make a living in this space. Can you talk more about that to some of the people that may be watching, like, yo, I would love to play video games and not have to go to a job?
I think everything need to have a balance. It's like right now you can see Dota players, professional gamers earning millions of dollars, but they are like the top of the iceberg. They are the best in the industry. Whenever you're the best in every industry, you earn a lot of money. This is certain, no matter what industry, is it good or bad. So, but with this revolution coming, at least I can say that all the time and the effort and the money spent in game, there's a possibility some would come back or even more. So this allows a lot of good traditional gaming studio to come in. And in case you don't realize, there's a lot of big gaming studios that haven't come in yet because they still couldn't imagine like giving up half the profit or even more back to the players. But this is a trend. If you see that in every industry right now, you see the middlemen are getting, obsolete. All the profits, all the fees in the middle are returned back to the consumer. So this is a trend that nobody can stop. Like we used to have chauffeur company providing limo services. Right now it's all Grab, Uber. So it's the same thing like Airbnb. So same for GameFi. I think this is a trend that nobody can stop it. But whether it is suitable for you full time, I mean, I don't want to do any guarantee. But imagine when you're waiting for your train, waiting for your bus, or you're waiting for something in between a movie, you can just grab a phone and play a game and earn some cryptocurrency that's going to benefit your entire life. Nobody will reject this. But whether is it on a full-time basis, I mean, as a responsible adult, I wouldn't say that. But this is a trend that no one can neglect anymore.
Right on. I agree 100%. And to create something like this, like looking at the website, it is pretty impressive. What does it take? Like, how many human beings are working on this thing? How many hours? How much time, energy, and resources go into putting in to create something like Age of Tanks?
Okay, basically because we are a traditional game studio to start with. So my back-end coders and designers and everything add up to a good 60 men strong. So that's why we were able to roll out our games and launches and our demo gameplay so fast. So on the front end, I have around 10 to 15 guys, which for the past 3 months, together with me and my core team, we have not slept for three months because crypto is so fast, so fast, and it's so exciting. And we are so blessed that, as you can see from our websites, there were so many solid partners, advisors that came along the way on this journey. So we're just slugging our ass out. We are hoping that we do our best and not disappoint anyone.
Yeah, I feel you. And you have all these major partners. Was this due to the relationships you already had from being a developer of games, or with these connections and relationships that you established through the development of creating the game?
Over the past few months, everybody is trying to search for alternatives to Axis, because Axis is like the #1 game. I mean, a few months back. Right now, the market share is being diluted a bit. So everybody wants to strike the next jackpot, you see? And when we came along and they realized that, hey, we are not just a bunch of kids who did a website with nothing to show for. I may release a coin, but the game might not come out. So we are different. The game is already ready. Okay, actually, Age of Tanks, it was available last year on Play Store. It was done by us. So we took it down and we turn it into, put it on the chain, we turn it into a GameFi protocol. So we have something that we can deliver. And I think this is what our initial investor sees in us. And of course, of our background in gaming studio, in our crew, we have solid qualified CPAs, accountants, COOs. So we're slightly different from projects that you see is very empty. And to be not trying to be full of myself, I was talking to our crew. I think because it's our first venture to GameFi, we might not be the most experienced player in the crypto world. However, we must stay true to ourselves, because in the word GameFi, the word game comes first. I see a lot of protocols right now. They are focusing a lot on the business aspect, which means they want to push a coin, they want to push an NFT, they want to make sure the sales is great. Of course, I would love that, but we should never forget that game comes first. We must always make sure that the game comes first. This is the pipeline. This is like the backbone which we will survive on. Because, like you say, the market will be bearish, will be bullish. So if your game is not solid, whenever the bear comes, everybody just hop on to the next one, and there's no continuity. So we feel we want to focus on the game. Yeah.
No, I think that's a great idea. I mean, that's what you guys are. So developing the best games, I think everything else will just follow along with it. So on your Twitter, you call it the immersive 3D turn-based strategy game in the metaverse. Can we touch upon the metaverse? What metaverse platform is it? Is the platform that you created? Is it on the Ethereum blockchain? Is it on these layer 2 blockchains? How does all that work?
Okay, we are currently on the BSC, we are currently on the Binance Smart Chain, but we are already in contract with Complux to do our cross-chain, and we are talking to Engine and a few other layer ones. So this is not a problem. So as for the word metaverse, I think nobody know this word until a few months ago, Mark said it. So to me, actually since day one, every game have its own metaverse. It has its own backstory, it has its own universe actually, right? So before Mark talk about metaverse, we were actually creating it already. But some of the details, we did not put it in our ironclad paper because it's meant to be an Easter egg. So I think I run through a bit about our gameplay, so it's easier for you to imagine the metaverse. So players can play for free and farm for Brodium, which they can get war chests that open up to different parts. So all our tanks are made out of 4 different parts, which is the gun, the hatch, the hull, and the engine. So once you assemble a lot of different parts, right, you can assemble it to your own freedom and mint it into an NFT. So this is where we separate ourselves from the other games out there. Most of the games out there are just what? They give you a cute monster, Pokemon-like NFT and say, hey, this is the attribute, go. So I think there's not much depth and complexity. So here our players can mix and match and choose it on your own. I mean, you can find a super small wheel, super huge gun. So it may look super awkward, but it's super awesome because of all the different attributes. So this is where you can enter the PvE, PvP, 1v1, 7v7, and in the future, Guild Wars. Because our land, our NFT land comes with different facility on it. So one of it is like Iron Forge. Let's say you open up war chest. So now you got 2 guns. You want to forge 2 guns into a better one, into a better attribute. You can do that at the Iron Forge. So you just need to pay some AOT token. And this income doesn't come to us. It goes to the person who owns the Iron Forge. So in this way, we are trying to create a lot of utility for all our users. And in the future, which is the first quarter of next year, not really entirely future, it's like a few days away, landowners can compete with each other, similar to Clash of Clans. Have you played Clash of Clans before?
I haven't played it, no.
I'm sure you heard it because so many of your friends like bust their credit card for it. So you can form guilds and landowners can compete with each other in different campaigns. So this is where the metaverse begin, and you can explore the entire map. So it's all in play already. Like you can see that we are very into gadgets. Actually, last month we signed with one of the biggest AR, VR hardware manufacturer in China. So we are trying to integrate that also. So just now what you're saying, like one day we hope that you can enter your cockpit, and just immerse into the metaverse Earth Zero and ride out your tank. So this is what we are all trying to achieve by the second quarter of next year.
Nice, good time frame. So if someone mints their own NFT inside of Age of Tanks, is there a NFT marketplace? Because you mentioned they could be able to sell it so they can profit from it versus the game creators themselves. Is this where they can all interact and trade stuff? Is that a part of this as well?
On the macro level, we are currently already in contract with NFT marketplace. There's quite a few, but due to NDA that I signed, I cannot really release the names right now. But it's going to be soon. We will announce the news and the names. Why do we want to work with a lot of external NFT marketplace? Because we don't want to be, playing in our own backyard. I mean, I think it is good in a way, but it's unfair in a way, which the market is not that transparent. So we are working with a lot of different platforms to do that. So our NFT can flow, and it creates more utility and more usage for our NFTs.
Nice. And where do you see the metaverse going? I know, I think the market cap right now is just over 5 billion, but on the grand scheme of things, we're still just in the infancy stages. I know NFTs and gaming is like the biggest sector in crypto as far as growth is concerned. I just read a study from crypto.com, their research team, and they said it's going to continue this way into 2022. Where do you see this technology going into 2022, maybe end of the year? Can you see it hitting a certain market cap?
I think it will be at least 50 times bigger than right now. Just now you said it's in the infancy stage. Let me break it down even further.
Please.
Metaverse this word is really big. So inside the metaverse, there's the gaming part. So in Mark's planning, there is even the virtual room. He's trying to replace Zoom, basically. He's trying to replace a lot of things. So everything that we are experiencing right now in real life, it will be up in the air. So this is like the grand plan. However, there will be choices between a centralized one or a decentralized one, and the debates goes on. So no right or wrong, it depends on your preference. So gaming is the easiest to relate because previously when we play game, we are already immersed into Metaverse. So that's why in the whole grand scheme of Metaverse, the game part will pick off first. However, if you really look at the stats, right now, the entire GameFi industry, it may sound big and look big right now. It is just 5% of the traditional game apps industry. So imagine something even more dynamic. It's just 5% of the traditional gaming industry. So if it matches 100%, and with the blockchain and the crypto and the play to earn element, and together with the Metaverse, easily, I think next year we're talking about 50 times on the whole industry. But of course,
so we're talking about $250 billion market cap from where we're currently at, because we're just sitting at around 5 billion today. That's pretty impressive.
Why not? But of course, there will be bull, there will be bear. So every time you hit a bear, some of the value will be evaporated, and the weaker projects will be down the drain because of the inability to deliver. This is very common in every industry, not just the crypto industry. So, but the fittest will survive, and I think the room is very big. I mean, even till today, the gaming industry requires, some of the games is like AAA, 4A, 5A graphics. It's awesome, but you can see that sometimes it might not be the most earning money one. Sometimes a very, very simple game, just a very addictive one, will earn you more money. So the sky's the limit. I mean, the sky might not even be the limit. So I think it's going to be fun. But of course, for public common investor, I preach proceed with caution. Please participate with those brands or studios that you can relate with. You know what they're doing. You have a high level of transparency. I think that's very important. Instead of just a random website where you see, wow, it might be a 10 times, 20 times, then I just start buying. I mean, that's not healthy.
Right. It makes perfect sense. You don't want to get into it just because you see profits, but you want to make sure that it has real utility and that there's real high demand, and actually do your own due diligence and research, which I encourage all my audience to do all the time. In fact, there'll be a link right below this video in the description. I highly encourage you to check out Game of Tanks, check out the free demo, do your own research, and, do what you got to do. Now, do you mind sharing with me, where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go at the height of this cycle? Let's say sometime in 2022, can you foresee it hitting a particular price point, or do you have any projections you can share with us?
70K has been flirting around for some time. Yeah, I mean, previously, before this recent medium-sized bear came, it looks good to hit 70, but there's a lot of reason that stop it. There's the Evergrande, there's the Omicron. So right now it's stabilizing, and I think just minutes before I was checking the price, it went up to 51. I think somewhere around 53, the market will stable down. But personally, I think next year will be a great year for cryptocurrency. Bitcoin will always be the first pinnacle. You see, I will be saying a little bit more than GameFi. Is it okay? So when Bitcoin start to stabilize and hit a certain all-time high, Ethereum will always follow. So these two big boys will always follow. Then the hot money will flow to the altcoins, and right now all the Metaverse. Like 2 days back, there was a lot of great news about Metaverse coins. So us being one of them, so we benefited. Like 2 days ago, within the span of 24 hours, our coin almost doubled in value, around 70% increment. So it's a good sign that the trend is right. And I feel, again, invest with your money that you can lose. I mean, this is responsible investing. The first lesson I learned when I entered the crypto world is don't gamble, invest. I mean, so I really don't like it when nowadays I see TikToks, I see YouTube, I see people selling their house just to buy crypto. I think that's not right. But this is something that you shouldn't miss. You really shouldn't miss. Yeah.
Right on. So you mentioned 70. So right now, the current all-time high is like 69,000 and some change. We reached a couple of months back before we reached what, a 40% crash. We bounced off of 42. We're bouncing back. You mentioned we're at 51. Do you think we can crack $100,000 as far as the Bitcoin price in 2022?
I hope so. I'm heavily invested in Bitcoin also. So I hope so. I mean, it will be great news for the entire crypto market. But because we are running a protocol, there's a need for some stability. So it's not healthy for the crypto world to be seeing a bull run every day. Nothing works like this. So there's always a cycle. Just make sure you are well hedged and well protected with your funds, and know when to cool it off and relax. I think it's very important, because doubling down is not investing. Nobody invests like this. So again, personally, I hope it break 100,000. I think next year 70 shouldn't be a problem. See, every year there will be a new all-time high. And if you really study the graph of Bitcoin from day one, you realize that whenever it go up all the way, it will exceed the all-time high and it will come down. Whenever it come down, it will always stay slightly higher than the previous low. So it's still the trend. And the amazing part is, I think less than 5% of the world population has Bitcoin.
Exactly. And that's a great point. I mean, adoption, I think we're going to experience mass adoption more so than we experienced this year, especially with like Bitcoin City and what they got going on in El Salvador, the first nation state to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender. Very exciting times. I feel that domino effect will continue. What's your thoughts regarding a correction, Plan B, the infamous quant analyst who created the Bitcoin stock to flow model? He still sees an 80% correction into crypto winter. Can you see that happening as well? Or do you feel now that the cycles have lengthened, we may not experience that far of a pullback?
I can't speak from an expert point of view, but I can only speak from myself. Like last week when the bear happened, me and my crew was like discussing. And sometimes I'm too busy. Some of my boys are looking after my portfolio for me. Then they come and say, "Hey, no, the price is do you want to?" I'm like, so what if it's 50K? So what if it's 40K? So what if it's 30K? It doesn't mean I will sell my Bitcoin. I mean, if I can afford it, if it goes to 30K, I will buy it. So this is my faith in Bitcoin.
I'm the same way. Always buy the dip. So when people are panicking, I'm just accumulating. So it's like a win-win. And if you never sell during the dip, you're not losing anything, right? You're not selling anything.
Don't buy beyond your limit, you see. So if this is money that you can set aside, it's always good to hold. I mean, history has shown that those that hold earns money. And I think one of our chief advisors gave me a very good advice that day. Be it Bitcoin, be it our own AOT token. When it go very high, will you sell? No. When it go very low, will you sell? No. Then why do you need to look at the price?
Exactly.
You just need to make sure that when 95% of the world population still doesn't understand what the hell is going on, you accumulate assets, all kind of assets. Try your best to lower your extravagant lifestyle. Okay, like to me, buying Ferrari is extravagant lifestyle. Buying houses that you don't need is extravagant lifestyle. So make use of this time when the mass population hasn't really come in yet. Accumulate all the assets. It will be similar to like my parents' age. In their days, they buy 3 property, 5 property, and now they are all sitting comfortably. So I see it as the same way. And why is it that the crypto world is booming so well? Because young people cannot afford property anymore. So if they're limited 10K, 20K, they'll rather invest in crypto. And they see some success and they keep the ball rolling. So it becomes a good cycle, you see. Like 20, 30 years back, our parents buy property. 1 become 2, 2 become 4. So this is the success model for them, you see. So all their dreams is to accumulate more assets. But right now, our assets is on the chain. So I just see it's the same thing. And whether you can accumulate enough assets or even be an entrepreneur to benefit from it, it's up to you. Like, have you read about our studio?
Which studio?
Age of Tanks, there's a tab which is about us. It will link us straight back to our definition studio. So why is it that so many advisors are with us in AOT? It's because they want to be part of the big picture in definition. So we are going to be an incubator for cryptopreneurs who want to enter into the GameFi scene. Like right now, JV, if you want to issue a token called JV, it's easy. You can do it in minutes. I mean, success or not, another topic, but you can do it, right? You can even take a selfie of yourself right now and mint it into NFT and sell on OpenSea. Again, success or not, we are not sure, but you can do it, you see. However, if right now, JV, you want to create a GameFi right now, even if you have the best concept, it will be kind of difficult for you to go into it. So we want to be an incubator, and as Singapore is so pro crypto, there's so many creative uni students, uni grads that have great ideas, and easily any one of their Twitter account has more followings than layer ones, you see. So that's what when we come in and incubate them, and because of our game studio, we have the ability to roll games one after another. So this is when we can form an alliance, and this is what we are trying to do.
Awesome. I appreciate you introducing the Age of Tanks to my audience. The link is in the description below. It's ageoftanks.io. Check it all out. And is there any last things you would like to add, Neo, that I forgot to mention?
Merry Christmas, guys. It's slightly late, but thank you for taking this time to host us. This session has been amazing. Good luck to you. And last but not least, please make use of this bear market to accumulate more assets, especially the metaverse related projects. And I think we stand a good chance. If you guys are really into crypto, into GameFi, you will know that AOT right now has 170 KOL speaking for us. So wow. I think it's amazing. I mean, not because we are great. I think because we hustle a lot. Like I say, me and my crew, we have not slept for like 3 months, but we're so excited to share our project with everyone. So I see this number growing, and with the more KOLs, even one of the few biggest KOLs like Alex Becker mentioned us multiple times, and we're so grateful for him, man. So I think this is a good trend that we are going through, and currently you can find us on Pancake, you can find us on BabySwap, you can find us, you can even stick with us. There's a lot of utilities, and on the 1st, we are going to be listed on centralized exchange.
Oh, congratulations. That's exciting.
Why are we doing this? Is because we want to make sure our community have more avenues to purchase AOT, because our next big thing is not only the centralized exchange, is our INO, which is our initial NFT offering. We're going to sell our NFT tanks for the first time. So it's going to be way cheaper than when the game goes live. So you need AOT to participate because we trust our tokens. So we want to collect our tokens. So we are opening up more avenues for our community to come in. So make use of this chance, these couple of days before it goes crazy again. Yeah, that's the best advice from me.
Awesome. I appreciate the first movers advantage, and thanks for dedicating your time with my audience. I know, again, 1 a.m. there in Singapore. So thank you, Neo, the chosen one from the Matrix. It's been a pleasure, and we'll stay in touch, brother. Take care and happy holidays.
Thank you.
Peace.